Hello and welcome everybody, Kicker of Elves here. After seeing this lovely placeholder art here that Second Dinner clearly forgot to swap out, you know what that means. It's the weekend, it's time for High Voltage. High Voltage is back. This is a great game mode that's just a nice quick change up from grinding the ladder. Don't have to worry about your rank, you're just knocking out some missions, getting some free rewards. High Voltage is a great change up and it's fun for a weekend. Today we're going to talk about a couple of decks that you can use to just get some fast, easy wins, complete your missions so you're not grinding this out unless you really love the mode, and getting those nice free rewards. Real quick, let's just go over the basic rules of High Voltage. It is a fast-paced game mode. Marvel Snap already quite fast. High Voltage only lasts for 3 turns. Every turn, both players are going to be drawing 2 cards, and your max energy is going to be increased randomly from a range of 2 to 5, and both players have a symmetrical amount of energy. There's no cubes or no snapping. This is a much more stress-free, try to do some funky combo and complete your missions type of game mode. Volts are the currency of this, and that's how you're going to be getting the rewards, primarily through completing the missions that we get at every 8-hour refresh. And there's a couple of ban cards, but if you're not playing Galactus, you're not playing Elias, you're not playing Jim Hammond Human Torch, so we're fine. Here are the rewards. There's a couple of borders, premium mystery variant. Not that, there's no card here, but as you can see, as the high voltage missions might refresh, you just do these missions, you get about, I want to say, 850 to 900, I forget the exact amount of volts from just doing these missions. So it really is all about just effectively completing your missions. You're not trying to optimize your win rate. This isn't like Sanctum or Grand Arena where there's a set number of tickets. You can spam this as much as you want, but what you really want to do to effectively complete this reward track is just knock out your missions when they're there. So with that, let's go over just a couple of decks that we can go into that can make this really fun mode. This deck is called High Voltage Professor X. This is an ongoing list from Pulse Glazer last time this came around over at Snap Judgments. I'm calling this the Professor X deck because I love Professor X. He's maybe my all-time favorite card before all the nerfs. I love that old lockdown style, and this is a mode where he's actually relevant to be able to use. This is a bunch of ongoing cards. Ebony Maw is in here. If you don't play a lot of High Voltage, you might be like, what the hell is Ebony Maw doing in here? Because there are only 3 turns in the game, you're going to be able to play Ebony Maw on that last turn and get him out there without the downside. This deck basically is saying, let's try to get a Moonstone, a Captain Carter, Mr. Fantastic, try to get some crazy stuff in the center, lock down a location with Professor X, and even if people think that you've locked yourself out with an Ebony Maw or you're not winning a Professor X location, boom, here comes Claw, boom, here comes Spectrum. You've got Cosmo in there for a little bit of tech, Sam Wilson to have stuff moving around. You play Sam Wilson, Elaine, you're going to Professor X. This is really fun. It's a classic ongoing power spike build. And yeah, everything just works together. There's not a ton of, or really any high series cards in here except for Moonstone and Goliath. And honestly, they're not 100% necessary. You can feel free to just put Iron Man in here and put Mystique in here to copy some stuff. This is a really strong deck archetype and just, a lot of fun. Again, you are trying to complete those missions, so you're going to be getting stuff where it's like play a certain amount of power, play a certain amount of this. Just try and follow along with what the missions are telling you, and you'll do this in no time. Another really fun deck for High Voltage is, and this is quite a meme deck, this is a Cerebro 5 list. That's right, you're looking at Martyr being in here, another Snap Judgments awesome deck. You got Scarlet Spider, you've got Doctor Doom, you've got Ms. Marvel, Rock Slide. A lot of these cards, except for the best card in the game, Juggernaut, frankly have no relevance during the main ladder gameplay. Cerebro is obviously a huge meta threat right now, but you're playing Cerebro 3, you're not playing Cerebro 5. So yeah, you're basically just trying to flood the board with your 5-cost cards. Opponents might not even really figure out what you're doing. They're going to see cards like Martyr and Ms. Marvel, and they're probably going to be forced to be like, is this Cerebro 5? Honestly, even without getting Cerebro, you can put out some respectable power and spread power across the board with enough disruption from stuff like Negasonic and Juggernaut that even without Cerebro, you can probably still pop off and win some games. This is another good deck for just a little bit of surprise, meme fun, getting some stuff out there, playing down your power. This is not a deck you ever want to take into Conquest or regular ranked ladder, but here in High Voltage, it's a lot of fun. Last real deck for right now, calling this Jug everywhere. Juggernaut is not banned in high voltage, and again, this is not like Sanctum, this is not like Grand Arena. Wins help, but you really don't need to win to actually get the benefit. It's all about completing those missions, but Juggernaut can just be some nice added disruption here. This is your basic Surtur, Scar, get some big bodies out there on the board, and then try to get a cheap Scar on the last turn of the game. But now you can also play Juggernaut just to mess up your opponent's game plans. It's really fun. It's very straightforward. If you have these cards, you also don't need Ares. Ares could easily be Cull Obsidian or Crossbone. Same thing with Starbrand. You don't need these. We're just trying to hit. Or, you could do a Tuma if you wanted to get real crazy. We're just trying to get 10s down on the board to cheapen our Scar and hopefully play him for free or 1 cost going into the final turn of the game. High voltage 666. You might notice a theme here. There's going to be certain times where you have a mission that is just like play a set number of cards that are like 5 or 6 cost cards, and just from playing regular decks, you're not going to hit it. If you don't have a lot of time to play this, or you're trying to just finish this before missions reset, again, the most effective way that you're going to be able to hit this, because the mode's only around for a couple more days, is to make sure you're hitting those daily missions. There's going to be times where like you played through a bunch of matches, you finished your other things, but you still need to play 3 more 6 cost cards. Don't spam modes. Don't spam the high voltage ongoing Professor X deck just hoping for Spectrum to draw. Just go in there knowing you're going to lose with a deck full of 6s. Play those down through the end. Your opponent's going to just be like, what the hell is this guy doing? You're giving him free points. Everybody feels good. You complete those missions. And you could do the same for 5 cost. Just spam a bunch in here, complete those missions nice and easy. And with that, those are the decks I recommend you trying. The Professor X deck is the one I've had the most success with early on. It's a lot of fun getting those ongoing cards in there. It's wonderful for when you can do a nice little Professor X lockdown or a surprise steal of a clogged off location from Ebony Maw or X with Claw. Feels really great. Really easy way to win those missions. Yeah. Those are my recommendations. Thank you for everybody for watching. If you made it this far, I really do appreciate it. Please hit that like, hit that subscribe button. We've got a ton more Snap content on the way. Been having a blast making content for y'all. Really big things coming in the future, and what a crazy 2 weeks it's been. The response to the videos has been so awesome. I do really appreciate it. Please, if you have any questions about this, Snap in general, leave a comment. I will reply and engage with all the comments. Love seeing those comments from y'all. And even if you don't want to talk about Snap, if you just want to talk about how much you like FLCL or how great Pavement is, I'm here for those conversations. Anyway, thanks so much for sticking in. I'm Kicker of Elves. This has been awesome working with y'all, and I will talk to you next time. Thank you. Bye.